Have you ever found yourself exhausted, stressed out, drained, just emotionally tapped after your workday or even just high stress type days? If so, this video is for you. I wanted to share with you 7 ideas on how to de stress, especially after work or in high stressful situations. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Lisa Hice with Simple Living Today and also Devoted to Prayer Studio. I am so encouraged by what people can do to reduce their stress. Over the last several years, I've been sharing words of faith and encouragement, but also practical steps and ideas to reduce stress in their homes, in their lifestyles, and even in their finances. And one of the areas that I'm passionate about is especially after work or high stress situations. Over the last 12 years, I have worked in healthcare. And let me tell you, I have had some extremely high stressful situations. I won't go into details, but yes, very stressful situations. And through that, I've learned some really wonderful tips and ideas and self care on how to manage stress in a healthier type way of living. And so I wanted to share with you just some of that words of encouragement and wisdom. So, step number one, or maybe idea number one for you, if you are in a stressful situation or you are right after work or you've had something challenging happen, taking a 10 to 20-minute just a walk, some source of exercise actually can bring down those sources of cortisol levels in such a major way. Just taking a few minutes, if it's outdoors on a walk or on a treadmill, you go to the gym, you do some sources of healthy dopamine and exercise and healthy endorphins, it really reduces your source of stress. I know sometimes after work we don't always want to work out. We're tired. But what if you just even like I said, just a 10-20 minute just light slow movement walking, it really will make a difference, and it just kind of just releases all that mental stress and those thoughts that are maybe spiraling after work. So taking a walk, that's something that I love to do. Number two, there's been days at work or in my life that I have been just, oh my goodness, so stressed and anxious. And in those moments, I have had to learn to practice the pause and breathe. I have learned that in stressful situations, sometimes we even forget to breathe. And when we practice that pause, we catch our breath, we relax our shoulders, relax our bodies, we slow down, we are able to bring those stressful moments into a sense of calm again. It may not be right in that moment. Sometimes we are in that flight or fight kind of situation, especially if it's a health situation or a car accident or something that's happened, natural disaster, things like that. But taking that moment from anywhere from 30 seconds to up to 5 minutes, just pausing, maybe sometimes closing our eyes and breathing. You're just taking those good, healthy breaths reduces our stress and anxiety so much. That is something that I've had to do when I worked, even in situations at the hospital front lines. I would have maybe a code blue. I would have a patient fall. I would have a behavioral health patient. I would have situations that were super, super stressful. Um, and that was the number one thing is we have to catch our breath. Sometimes it's taking a moment, going into our rooms, going into the bathrooms, going into a quiet All right, guys, we are going to go on to number 3. Tip number 3, idea number 3. One of the best ways to really reduce our mental, our emotional, and just our stress load is taking times away from our devices. Over the last couple of years, I have taken hours in chunks, even days of the week. I usually on Saturdays try to Sabbath and take days of rest from social media, just our phones in general. I get outdoors. I've even taken long-term, like a month or a couple weeks, month or so sabbaticals from social media, and it is so beneficial. I don't know about you guys, but I know I can fall into that. I get off work, I'm exhausted, I lay on the couch, and all of a sudden I am doom scrolling. Can you relate? I know all of us, or many of us, can fall into that temptation. But when we do that, it actually is so much worse for our mental and our emotional well-being. So if you are really, really tired, I encourage you maybe create a space in your kitchen or right by your door where you just kind of have a drop zone for your devices. And especially that first hour that you get home, I know it's so tempting that we just like fall into the chair, we fall onto our beds, we fall on the couches, and we just doom scroll. And so, maybe create some healthy rhythms, some healthy ideas, some days of the week, or an extended breaks from social media in your phones and devices. We love our phones. You know, the phones aren't going away. We do need them for most of our lives, or work, or personal lives, staying connected. But there is times where we can take breaks, and it is so healthy and so beneficial. Social media, you know, it's fun. We all know that, but it can cause a lot of mental health issues, especially for children, maybe those that are a little bit more vulnerable to anxiety and depression, suicidal thoughts, just fears in general. Something also I suggest doing is taking breaks from the media. I try to check the news maybe a few minutes in the morning, few minutes at night, and then let it go, because I can't control what is happening out there. And if I am constantly just checking in on that news, it will impact my mental and emotional and even my physical well-being, and I have to step away. And so anyways, guys, step number 3, take breaks from the devices. Definitely encouraging. Tip number 4, create a hobby, or get back to the hobbies that you love to do. What is a few of the favorite activities that bring you a sense of joy? The things that just uplift you, reduce your stress, you have fun, maybe if it's by yourself or your family, your friends, your kiddos, maybe some volunteer things. I don't know about you, but I love doing like puzzles and adult coloring and just being creative and just dancing and doing the things that I love to do. And so that is something that helps me to reduce stress, just identifying in those moments where it's like, okay, I've got the energy to do this. Maybe I don't have that much energy to do like a full 2 hours at a dance class, or an hour at a dance class. Well, but I do have energy just to kind of relax, do some adult coloring, or making cards, or doing a puzzle, doing some cooking or organizing. Sometimes it just kind of helps reduce that stress and anxiety. Number 5. Over the last several years, I have put this so much into practice to reduce stress, is massage work. And just getting manicures or pedicures. When we feel stressed, it literally resonates a lot in our shoulders, our back, our joints, our minds, our thoughts, just so much in our body. And so over the last, like I said, for a while now, I have been practicing and putting it into my budget of getting massages. I'm actually working on purchasing a new massage chair. Cannot wait to grab that. But especially if you are in a season where you've gone through some difficult stressors like a grief, some source of loss, maybe a job change, family member situation, health issues, massages really do help in regards to that cortisol levels, just that like physical, just really releases a lot of that tension that we can feel in our bodies, and releases a lot of that stress. So massages are fantastic. So tip number 6, we're already to tip number 6. Let's see, hot baths. One of the things that I have loved to do over the last long time, I've always been a bath person, but being in water is really relaxing. One of the things that I love to do is get some like lavender, Epsom salt bath, things like that, maybe some good oils, light a candle, just getting into, either the shower or the bath. Even if you go to the gym, maybe like the hot tub or something like that, it just kind of like, for me, water is like this release of the day. When I worked at the hospital, I was around a lot of sick patients or, people that were in ICU and CICU and surgeries. And so I was exposed to a lot of different things. And so that was one of the things that I did right when I got home, was taking a hot bath, taking a shower, and just like, all right, getting all of the, especially if you are a teacher or you work with children or you are exposed to a lot of different things at work, taking a hot bath or a shower, just, it's so relaxing. It actually improves your sleep so much. That's one of the things that I love to do right before bed. Let's talk about our sleep. One of the best things that we can do to reduce stress and anxiety, reduce symptoms of depression, and improve our moods. It can really improve our just overall being, our well-being, and even our work and our relationships, is prioritizing sleep. We all know that sometimes, it depends on the season that you're in, especially if you have children and they are newborns, or you have an odd work schedule and maybe you work at night. Maybe you have a spouse that snores, things like that. But prioritizing sleep makes such a difference in regards to our physical, mental, emotional, just every type of well-being. I have created kind of like a sleep routine. I try to kind of wind down at that 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then really focus on being asleep by around 10-ish, 10:30, and I wake up between 6 and 6:30. Some days I would go to the gym and I'm doing strength training or cardio, kind of depends on the day. But it has helped me to really improve my moods, my mental health, reduce anxiety. I have better work performance. I'm just nicer to be around when I get good sleep. And so sometimes I even take naps during the day, or especially on Sundays or Saturdays. It's so lovely. How can you create a sleep routine, not only in your life, but as this video is filming, sharing it out into the fall season, but just in all throughout the year. Especially for your kiddos, sleep routines are so important. Kids need a lot of sleep, and even adults. Older adults, they need as much sleep as possible. So anyways, guys, so we've gone through some really, hopefully some helpful tips and ideas. And again, number 1, if I get these out of order, I apologize. Number 1 was all about just movement and getting a little bit of happy endorphins through exercise, a slow nature walk, maybe a dance class, things like that. Number 2, pausing and breathing. Just pausing and breathing. Number 3, we are going to get off our phones. Say goodbye to the phones for a while. Take moments of pausing, maybe days, weeks, months, and some moments just stepping away from our devices. We talked a little bit about hobbies. What is your favorite hobby that you love to do? How can you enjoy your hobby that will help you reduce stress? Also, just enjoying a hot bath, getting massages, and prioritizing your sleep. So those are definitely the favorite ideas that has helped me over the years to reduce stress, especially in high stressful moments or after my days in working in healthcare. So hope these were helpful. What tips do you guys have? I would love to hear from you guys. Comment down below. What do you do, or what is your favorite hobby that helps you reduce stress? Maybe your favorite source of exercise. Anyways, guys, if you are new here, again, it's Lisa Hice with Simple Living Today, devoted to prayer studio. I am here on YouTube. I have a website you can go to. I'll put the links down below. I'm also over on Instagram and Facebook, so would love to have you guys subscribe and follow along. I do have a newsletter also that comes out. So anyways, guys, thanks for following along, and I hope you have a joyful, calm, restful after work evening. All right, guys, we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.